Oh, okay. It's
Yeah, I see it. I see it. It's recording.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm practicing this Zoom thing. So, hello, Dori.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm getting the hang of this Zoom thing as well.
Yeah, we're practicing together. Thank you for helping me practicing together.
Oh,
I used to do it a
welcome.
lot like a few years ago, but I have to remember things of what I have to do here. So
Okay.
thank you for being patient. And yeah, just would like to talk to you. Okay, everybody. This is our first Zoom like this that we're recording that we would like to share with everybody. And Dori is my really dear friend, and she's reading my book, and she mentioned something on Facebook about it. So I asked her if she could maybe share that something with everybody else. And she's so beautiful that she's agreed to it. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And everybody who's watching this, thank you for being patient with me for recording. Like, I didn't know I was recording the Zoom. So anyway, we'll get the hang of this.
Yes.
So,
We're figuring it out as we go. Yeah.
figuring it out. Angels, we could really use your help right now. Thank you.
I know.
I keep
Yes.
forgetting to ask. You know, the only way you receive something when you ask, but sometimes I just forget to ask. So angels, you know, please help us. Thank you. It'll get all smooth now.
Okay. Well, I was really glad to get your book and read it. I haven't read all of it. Like I'm halfway, like more than halfway through. So I'm trying to do everything you ask us to do along the way. So that's why it's taking me a while to get through. But I really like the appreciation chapter when you start talking about I think it's pretty much in the beginning of the book, to get a notebook or like a journal or a diary. And I got my purple pen. And I have my little book, my journal that I write in every day. I did what you told me to do, Dream Without Limits, it says. Spiral notebook, it's really nice. So I started by just saying 3 appreciations every day. And it was just really simple, something I could do when I get home from work, before I go to bed. And it just started out very, let's see if I can find a few. I appreciate my job. I started out with that. I appreciate meeting Cindy online. I wrote that one. And buying her book, Born to Ask and Receive. And my third one was, I appreciate having gone through a trying time. It has made me stronger. So like, I didn't think I was going to write something like that, because long ago I used to think that, trials were, nobody likes to go through them. But now I'm finding that trials and hard things that you have to go through are actually make me stronger. So I'm kind of glad for those. And then I just started doing those every day. And then I started adding on my own, I started adding like my accomplishments that I accomplished that day, because I want to be able to feel like I'm, accomplishing something besides saying what my appreciations are every day. And that seemed to really, make me feel better about, sometimes I feel like I suffer from low self-esteem. And so just small accomplishments like followed my diet, ate healthy food, things like that. What else? Let's see, what was another one I wrote? Wrote my bills, paid my bills, got my taxes taken care of, things like that I got taken care of. So anyway, these appreciations, I what I was just doing it every day, just habit forming. And then I was having a problem at work, and this it was with some coworkers. And so I started to feel like, oh no, what have I done? And so then I started to write some appreciations about these people that they were trying to get me fired, basically. And I kind of turned it around, and I just was, what do I appreciate about them? Even it was very hard. It was very hard for me to say something nice about someone who's trying to get you in trouble. But I found a way somehow to say something I appreciate about them. Then later, after I did that, I waited a while, and my boss came to me and said, I'm not going to have you working with this person and this person. And it just kind of worked out that I didn't have to work with them as much. And he changed my schedule around. And then those people, I've worked with them from time to time here and there, but they are not as mean as they were before, or it seems to be working out. And I just noticed, I just feel happier. I feel, one day I started to feel ill, and I started looking back at my appreciations, and my day went better, and I wasn't ill anymore. I woke up, I was dizzy, I was nauseous, and I had a headache. And I read through my appreciations and looked through my accomplishments that I had accomplished, and it just started making me feel better, and my day just went better after that. I can't explain it. It's just this, I like the habit of writing about something I appreciate. And sometimes when I'm even driving around in my car and I'm like kind of feeling down or low, I just try to look around, see what I appreciate, and that gives me, like you had said, I think in the book, my energy is higher, better energy vibrations. So good things will come to me, good thoughts, positive vibes. And I had tried this before, like I told you before you started recording, I think, that I had done the Grateful series with you before. And then I just changed to the appreciations from what you said in the book. I tried that, and it seems to be, now that I'm noticing what it's doing for me, I want to continue. I don't want to give it up. It's just a really good thing to do. It's just a good habit to get into for anyone. Anyone can do this. It's just so simple. It's so simple, but it makes problems that come about also just kind of seem to just not disappear, but you're able to work through the problems and feel better about them. I think that's what it helps me with, because we're all going to have problems in life. We're all going to have, worries and concerns, and it is, so long as we're great or appreciative of even the smallest things that can lead up to better and better positive energy.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you. I constantly am saying I appreciate Cindy for me running into her and finding this. I think about that a lot.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So you've noticed a difference between the gratitude and the appreciation, because that was the thing that you said to me that I've done. I remember that post when you said, I've been doing the gratitude series with you, but then I've switched to appreciation, and it hasn't even been 30 days, and I'm noticing a huge difference.
Yes.
So I thought, can you please share that with everybody? Because I was like, yay! I'm so disappointed that you noticed.
Yeah, and I couldn't wait to get home and write my appreciations in my journal. I just keep them here at my desk, and I just, it's gotten to be just a really good habit, a really good habit to get into. Yeah. if I ever run into anybody who's feeling kind of down, I always tell them, look around. What do you appreciate? And hopefully I can get some more people thinking about what they appreciate and what's good in their lives, instead of, we always tend to, I guess a lot of us tend to just look at the negative all the time. And I'm like I told you before, I don't remember, I'm not sure if I told you on a private message or not, but I said in January of 2014 is when I went on this journey of discovering myself, I guess, finding a new way, a new path, because I had been in a relationship that wasn't good, and it was a toxic relationship. And that's another thing you mentioned in the book is, isn't it that you say, stay away from toxic people? Stay away from them. Stay away from negative things, negative people, negative things. And I've been doing that. I hardly ever watch the news, because it seems like the news is just always filled with negative stuff. So I do get my news through a reliable, trustworthy source. I listen to the radio, and then when I've had enough, I turn it off. Let's see, what's another thing in the book? But I just wanted to explain about the appreciation thing that I tried. I know you said you wanted me to explain a little bit about that.
Yeah.
I have been, what's it called? I gotta find it. What's it called? The dream board, or what's that called? The
dream board.
Yeah, the dream board.
Yeah.
Okay, so I made a dream board a long time ago, and I moved, and I know it's in a notebook somewhere. All these pictures of things that I would like to have, or like some of my dreams I would like to have come to pass. And but I did, in my diary, start to write out a car. I want to get a car. The car I have is a lot of mileage on it. It's gotten me where I need to go, but I just need to get a car. So I started to write down what kind of car I want, and then I started looking for some online. And I'm gonna have to wait a while. I'm gonna have to start to save my money. But I'm just gonna continue thinking about it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe down the road I'll find a good deal. Like you said, just let it happen the way it happens. Something will come up if I dream about it and think about it.
A lot of people are encouraging others to do the dream boards and how to use it, but I used to do it that way. But since I switched over to this different way of me dealing with my dreams, it seems to be working a lot better. I get things a lot better. So I'm glad you didn't mention that little thing about the twist that I put on it.
Oh, is that in the book? I don't know if I've come to that part yet.
Oh, you have
in the book?
Okay. Oh, there's going to be a twist about it.
That part yet. Which chapter was that?
I'm telling you. I'll just let you read it when you get to it.
Okay, I'll try and find it.
Yeah, I
do
a lot of twists and things. Pardon?
Is it in the same chapter as the dream boards?
I'm not quite sure. It's in there somewhere.
Okay.
But I'll tell you when we're not recording it, if you want to. But because it's a surprise. I think it's a surprise for everybody of how I use it.
I wanted to find it in the book.
And there's a lot of things in there that I know that many people encourage others to do it too, but I do them differently. I put twists on them, and I found that since I do these twists on them, they kind of work quicker. I get a lot of things a lot quicker than what I used to
I
do.
definitely want to hear about this.
It's the same with the appreciation. I've noticed that just by appreciating everything, I'm always in the now. Do you notice that you're more
Yes.
present?
Yeah, I used to think always about the past or worry about the future. I'm not worrying as much anymore. There's other things I've done too, other tools and techniques I've used in the past, but that has really gotten me into, like you said, appreciating what's here right now. Yeah, really appreciating what's going on right now. Yeah, because then life just passes you by and you're worried about this and you're worried about that and thinking about the past. It's just, I was that way all the time. I was that way constantly. And the chatter in my brain, telling me, see, I suffer from anxiety and depression also. And just, you can't stop that chatter in your head sometimes. You can't shut it off. And so I seem to have been able to, since I started my path in January 2014, of being able to, I asked the universe if you could rewire my brain. That's what I asked the universe.
Well,
I said,
I'm
please
rewiring your brain.
There's something not right that I need to fix it. And I thought there was something wrong with me. I thought there was like, why do these things keep happening to me? There must be something wrong with me. No, it's just, and I've come to know and understand, and I know you know, Cindy, that we are perfect the way we are. We've just been told by so many people over time that since we were little that we're not, and we need to banish that from our minds and start thinking about, like you said, the here and the now. We are special. We're unique. I like your chapters about I am unique. I think energy. I think one of them was energy. I am creative. I am calm. I'm going through, I haven't gotten to that chapter yet, but I'm going through and I'm seeing I am forgiving. And we are all those things. We're so much more than that stuff that was in our minds growing up, telling us you're no good, you're not worth it, you're not worthy, you're not this, you're not that. So anything at all that when I meet people online, or especially with you, Cindy, meeting you and finding out about ways, tools, and techniques to help me to be more appreciative of who I am, love myself, like you said, learn to love yourself. That's really, I want to be able to go and help other people do that as well. Because anyone can do it.
It just takes practice.
Yes.
Yeah, and I like how it's just put into these 30 days, because as you said, you asked for something to rewire your brain. I'm kind of doing that in a very gentle, subtle way. Just to get, you were already doing the gratitudes and all those things, but many people have never done it. And
you're right.
So I put those little reminders in each chapter of what to do this day and then what to do for the next day. And they just, are they big things that I'm asking? Can you just touch on that? Because for me, it's just something that is really short to do, and it doesn't require much time, because everybody's lacking time these days. But how do you find the time limits that you're spending on the book?
Well, it's kind of easy for me because I'm just by myself. I don't have any children. My children are grown. I live with a friend. I'm renting a room from her. So, I do my job. I come home, and it's kind of easy for me because I live by myself, sort of. And so when I left my ex in January of 2014. That was when I knew I needed to improve. Because it wasn't just him, it was me too. I needed to improve me. So I remember asking, I forgot what you were asking me before to talk about, but I guess it was to some of the things that you asked us to do. Are they hard? Do they take very long? Not really. I mean, I really enjoyed going to the store and picking out this cool looking notebook, spiral notebook, the purple pen. I was like, oh, we got to have a purple pen around here somewhere. And I bought it and I brought it home. I was like so excited. And I just started writing down appreciations, and it was so simple and it was fun. And it was, and that's another thing, Cindy. You tell us to have fun. And that's one thing I'm lacking. I'm a very serious person, and I want to be more fun and spontaneous. And so a lot of the things you ask us to do, have fun. Have fun with yourself. Be creative. Go outside. No, you go outside and you take photos of rainbows and the rain and the birds and nice views. And it's just fun to just go and look outside and be in nature. Or I know you draw a lot of pictures and you paint, and you just fill your days with things that make you happy.
Yeah.
It's really simple. No one wants to go to work and be upset about coworkers, like upset about your day, driving to or from work. The weather is, we've got a lot of snow and ice, and I haven't been worried about it at all. At all. It always, my car just gets me there somehow. My old car that has so many miles on it, somehow it's getting me to work and back and forth. And I don't worry about it at all. I used to be this big worrywart, and I can see the people I'm meeting at work and other places. I can see that's the way I used to be. And it's kind of annoying to see people be that way. And I thought, oh my gosh, I used to be that annoying.
I do that too.
It's like, oh my goodness, these people. And you can't tell them right up front unless they ask you.
Yeah. But even when they ask you, it hurts them to hear it. So you kind of gentle.
Yeah.
I like asking questions from people instead of telling them what I see in them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I ask them questions. So, do you like it when you do this, or do you like it when you do that? And they, in time, they'll come to the realization that, hey, there might be different things that I could do.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea. Just instead of me trying to stay away from them, just trying to be interested in them and ask them questions about, about things they like to do, things that make them happy, things they like to do for fun.
Yeah.
But we tend to focus on so much on negative, on how our day's going, how the weather's going. We've had a lot of snow and ice. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard people, I hate it. Oh, this weather, oh yuck, I wish it would stop. And I'm just, you know what? I'm enjoying the ice because I take this dog that I'm watching, Remy.
Hello.
Can you see him? Remy, are you asleep?
Yeah.
Wake up. Can you see him? There he is. He's just laying there. He's laying there.
I don't care about the video. Just let me sleep.
I like taking Remy for walks. I went for a walk with him at midnight one night, and the ice was shimmering on the top of the snow. There was snow, and then there was a layer of ice on top of the snow. I don't know if you've seen this, right? Where the ice on the trees and the ice on the ground was so beautiful. And the moon shining down on it was just, I wish I could have taken a picture, but I didn't have my phone at the time, but I don't know if it would have been done it as justice as what I saw. It was just gorgeous. And I thought then when that happened, when I was looking at the ground, walking with the dog, I was thinking, wow, this appreciation thing is really doing something for me. It's making me look, like you said, in the here and now at what there is that's so beautiful. Now, any other time, that would have been me, you know, before 2014, I would have been walking the dog. Walk this dog at midnight. Oh, I don't want to do this. It's so cold out here. Oh, you know, and I'd have been griping and moaning.
Yeah.
And people like a happy person. People like people who smile, who want to have fun. People like to be around people like that. So I want to be that kind of person. I really do.
Awesome. You smile. I love your smile.
Oh,
and I appreciate you.
Thank you, Cindy. Oh, thank
Yeah,
you so much for giving me that.
Yeah, it's so funny because I asked a question the other day. I was just curious, why did people buy my book? And a few people have answered. If I summarize it, it was all about because you're always smiling, you always have fun, and just wanted to know your secret.
Oh, they did say that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, well, the secret is in the book, you know.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm going through something in my life now that I don't make it public, but there's something happening in my life that the old Cindy would have just lied down on the floor and would have cried for days and weeks and months.
Yes.
And maybe could have never, ever have been able to even get out of bed anymore, because it's something that, yeah, I'm working through. It's to do with other people's, that what they're doing, and because we can only control ourselves, we can't control other people. They sometimes do things that we maybe prefer they didn't, but everybody has their free will, and if it affects us in a way, it's only because we allow it to affect us.
Yeah.
Because they're very close people, it affected me a little bit. But you know, I have the tools to not to go into depression, not to cry about it all the time. I did have my little tears about it, but I just released that something that's in me. And I have the ability to just bring me back into the now. What is important now? You know, is this going to be important 5 years from now? Who knows? But right now, I can look around and find 50 things that I can just see quickly that I can appreciate right now. And that kind of just brings me back to whatever other people do, that's their journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
you know, when we do all these things, we really are rewiring our brains.
Yeah.
There's wiring in the brains that people think that it's just going to be that way forever and it's never going to change. But I read up on it. The brain can be rewired with these tools and techniques. You know, I'm not sure, I haven't tried this, but I'm not sure if you could go completely off your meds. I haven't yet, but maybe that's for another time. But
yeah, I am not a doctor. I am not a professional. Like, I don't have any certificates as a doctor or a psychiatrist or anything. So I do not ever suggest to anybody that to go off any kind of treatment or medication or whatever they're on. So whatever I'm sharing is my experience, is something that helped me, and I trust that it'll help others too. But before you change any medication or any other treatment that you're on, please just discuss it with your people that suggested that too, because I'm not qualified in that area to say yes or no anything. It's I can't do that. But yeah, it's been an experience. And what I wanted to say is that just because you see me smiling and happy all the time, it doesn't mean that things don't happen to me that I could be just crying about all the time.
Right.
So the book is not about it's going to fix all your problems and it's going to make everything bad disappear. And good and bad, it's just relative to where you're at anyway. There's no good or bad, I think. It's just everything is. And you see it good or bad based on your past experiences. So, you know, what could be good to you, it might be bad to me. And we're looking at the same thing. So
yeah, and we have to compare ourselves to ourselves. Don't compare
yeah,
ourselves to other people. I remember hearing about that.
if I did that, I would go crazy.
Yes, yes, and
Literally
we're
go
only working on
crazy.
ourselves. We're only working on ourselves. Like you said, you can't fix somebody else. So we're only working on ourselves. And so like what I do is sometimes a year later, I'll look back and I'll go, how am I doing better now this year? And I can usually see improvements. And that makes me appreciative. And I write those things down that I've
Yeah,
improved.
yeah, and as you improve, you achieve bigger and bigger things, but don't discount the little things that you do now, because it's all those little things that you do now that's going to make a
Will
big
add up.
later on.
Yes,
And
exactly.
and
That's
that's
what
why I
your book
brought the
is.
book down to 30 days, and that's why I have just little things to encourage people to do, because as you said, it's easy and not hard to do. It's a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
But it's those repetitions that you do little things every day differently to what you used to be, that's going to make the changes in
Yeah.
your life, right?
Exactly. That's what this is. It's working on yourself,
Yeah,
and it's just it's gonna be a win-win, because people are gonna want to be around you when you're more positive and happy, and you're gonna be around want to love yourself more because you are positive and happy, and things are gonna go better.
yeah,
Even when the problems come, things will go better because you're more prepared to
yeah,
handle it.
yeah. There's a lot of things that used to happen to me that doesn't happen anymore at all. So I've noticed that a lot of, like, even when something happens that I prefer it didn't, it happens less frequently to what it used to be.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that things don't happen. We
Right.
can control everybody. So I just want everybody to understand that this book is not about fixing all your problems, and it's not about
Right.
me just being happy all the time because I have nothing to be sad about. It's what I'm trusting that I was able to pass through is all the tools that I'm using for myself that brings me back. When I go through that little sad time, what brings me back to my happy now, and create more happy and more happy.
Yeah.
And
And you bounce back quicker. You bounce back quicker than
yeah,
before.
it's,
Yeah,
I
I've
can
noticed
pull
that.
myself out of all the sadness and everything pretty
Mhm.
quickly. Whereas before, I was just crying. Like when I met you, I was probably crying for a month, non-stop. I just could not stop crying. Even when I was talking to people, I was crying. I could not stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I have my little, something happens, I cry about it, I let it out, I bring up I allow myself to feel the pain, the emotions. Because
Yes.
I was suppressing all my emotions. Everybody said, oh, if you cry too much, you're going to have this and you're going to have that. I'm like, that is my release mechanism. Some people might have different ones. This is mine. So I'm going
Mhm.
with it because it feels good for me to release it. And the more I allowed myself to feel what I feel, the less pain was in there to release. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Because I wasn't pushing it all into me. It has to stay there. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to show it to anybody. You have to be strong all the time. And I don't believe that. You can be
Yeah, like
strong. You can show your strength by showing your emotions or allowing yourself to have emotions. It's just you can get not get rid of it. That's probably too harsh, but to just release it. I like the word release.
release it.
Release
Release
it.
it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I used to do is I used to suppress things, and it would like go down, down, down in me, and I'd hold it in there for so long, and then one day it just volcano erupted, and
Mhm.
that wasn't fun to be around Dory when the volcano erupted. It was not fun. And then I made a fool of myself because it's like I'm screaming and yelling,
Yeah.
and it kind of is released that way. Instead of crying, I was always being angry and yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
No one wants to be around that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm so happy because you know when I was writing the book, I thought if it's just going to help one person, it is so worth it.
And I was shocked because I have known you for how long on
About
Facebook? I
3 or
think
4 years. 4
3,
years.
4 years.
Yeah.
And we were just good friends on Facebook, and I just remember her doing the gratefulness series, and just talking to you different your paintings and pictures and your affirmations. I noticed those right away. Just really caught my eye. I thought, wow, here's somebody who's really, really involved in putting stuff on here for us to see and creating it. And I don't know, it's just really, really touching. So I just always appreciated seeing your sayings, your affirmations on there, and your drawings and paintings and things. And then, like, time goes by, and all of a sudden she says, I'm writing, I just published a book. I'm like, really? That was what that was? She was like putting all those things on there to gratefulness thing, and then it got changed to appreciations and different things she was telling us about, affirmations to tell yourself. That's what that was all about. It was practice for her book.
No, I wrote the majority of the book in 2016.
Oh, okay.
In 16. With the help of Oscar.
I gave you the idea to write a book after all that. After you did all that, it gave you the idea.
Yeah, the idea of to putting all that I wrote in 2016, the idea of turning that into a book only came about last year. And you know what? Oh, I just remembered something. I have to show you something, if I can bring it. Because, this video is turning into a lot more than what we've planned it for, but I'm loving. Are you still okay to talk?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
For a little while. Yeah.
All right. So because what happened was I had an idea for a book, something I started posting as just a fun thing. And then I did a few of them on the same style, and somebody said, oh, I would love to see it in a book or something like that.
Oh.
So I approached this publishing company, and I asked them if they would be interested in that book, and they just loved the idea. And they said, sure.
Oh, cool.
And then for 2 years, every month they would call me, just very gently. Hey, Cindy, we're still here. You know how you wanted to help people with that book? We're still here. We would love to help you get out there.
For helping you write the book.
And you know what? That book has never got published. But in the meantime, I wrote these email series. What happened was I just sat down at the computer each night, and then my hands just kind of started typing as I was listening to Oscar chirping under the window.
Okay.
And as I was typing, I started to realize that when I read it back, this is good stuff. Don't know where it came from, but it's good stuff. So there was about 30 of them done. So I thought I could maybe release it as a 30-day course or something, right? So I just put up a little message on Facebook. If you want to join a 30-day course, it's free. Let me know.
Okay.
Because all those things that you saw me sharing, people haven't started noticing it, and they wanted to see the sequence of it. And I'm like, they got lost and scattered around in Facebook, so nobody could actually find the first and the second, and I, it was just really tricky to make a sequence out of it on Facebook. So I thought I'll put them in there. None of it was my thought. All these ideas came to me in bits and pieces. The artwork started out as in bits and pieces. The affirmations onto the artwork came in bits and pieces. Everything came to me in baby steps, just encouragements. I got really good at listening to encouragements from my angels.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So it was only about a year ago. The publishing company called me again, and I said, I don't have that book, I don't want to publish that book now, but I have something else. And
Oh.
so they I said to them, if I'm going to talk to my angels about this on the weekend, and if they say that we're going to go ahead with publishing this book, then we go ahead. But if they say no, then we're going to, as much as I'm loving these conversations with you because they're always nice and fun, and I'm loving to get to know this person that keeps calling me, we're going to say goodbye to each other, and that's it. And you know what happened? I've explained this in the book, but today the same thing came up. So it was actually
Really?
today, to this day, I'll show you the memory that just popped up this morning. It is the anniversary of my decision to publish this book, a 1 year anniversary.
Oh.
So
Wow.
it's such a special day with such a special person.
Wow. Great. So are you going to take that other idea of that other book and do that book now?
Well, yeah.
No? There is a book that you're thinking about doing, though, another one.
Yeah, but the one that you're reading now, I've got enough material there for about 8 books. So this is the first one in the series. So I'm putting out all these whenever the time is right.
Wow. Good
so
for you.
Much more to come in this series. This is another thing, because I've had so much material that I've written. It's in the book. I don't want to give away everything from the book, but it's the stories in the book about how I've collected the first book together out of all the stuff that I've written. But the angels have helped me to pull together everything that is the foundation for the rest of it.
Oh.
So once you get this and read it and you get into the habits and all that stuff, I'll just keep going to have more and more fun in the next ones.
Okay. So they're all going to be self-help books then?
Yeah. It's just, they're going to be, you know how I've got the I am unique and all these I am affirmations?
Yes.
It's all going to be about different affirmations.
Okay.
And how I'm using those affirmations and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So there's a lot more. But look, I don't know if you can see it, but what happened was when I said to this person who kept calling me that we're going to decide on the weekend what's going to happen. All throughout the weekend, I just had these messages, Cindy, you have to do this. Like, you have to do this. Whatever it is that you have to get yourself through, just say yes, because you have to do this. And you know what? The only thing that was holding me back was I was really, really scared of being successful. Because I knew I have to talk to people. I knew I have to, there may be a lot of money involved. I didn't know what, and I was just really scared of that.
Okay.
Because I knew that the book is really good. And once it's out there, people are going to love it. And I was really scared of the success of it. So once but I just made the decision because the angels told me, you have to get this out to people. There's so much thinking that people can use right now that could help them get through whatever pain they're going through. And Cindy, you've been helped to get through your pain. You have to share this with people. And we'll help you through it. Whatever fear you've still got, we'll help you through that. Just say yes. So I just trusted them totally. Like, I've been trusting my angels ever since I started talking with them. So I trusted them with that too. So instead of waiting for the phone call, I sent an email off and say, I'm going ahead. If you can meet, I had some terms. If you can meet my little terms, then we can go ahead. And you know what? And then I went onto Facebook, and then I see this. This same memory came up on the same day a year ago.
Okay.
It was from Louise Hay. And it says, think big and open yourself up to all of the opportunities that are available to you. And then the picture that it shows, it says, I think big and then I allow myself to accept even more good from life. And I don't know if you can see this. Oh, can you see it?
No, not really.
Hang
I
on.
can see words on blue, but I can't see the words. But
Oh, can you see it here?
sort
Like
of.
this
Yes,
way?
sort of. Yeah.
So you can see enough of it, which one I'm talking about, and I'll put the picture of it with this
Okay.
post so you can see.
I think big. Yep.
Hang on. I think.
Oh, there it is. I can see it now. I think big, and then I allow myself to accept even more good from life. That's
There you
good.
go.
I like that. Yeah.
So, and then it was almost like an affirmation from. I told this person that I'm going to be asking my angels. At this
Yes.
time, Louise Hay was already an angel herself,
Oh.
right?
Oh.
And it's almost like
Yes.
she gave me her blessing.
Oh.
It was almost like
Yes,
there was such a strong message I was getting all throughout the week, and it was different from all
yes.
the messages I used to get. It was like somebody literally talking to me and say, Cindy, you have to get this out there. You know you're going to help people with it. You have to.
Yeah.
We'll help you through whatever fears you still got. We'll help you get through them. Just say yes.
Yeah.
And
Good. Well,
and you
good for
know what?
you.
People can think of whatever they want to think of, but I really seriously believe that it was Louise Hay who helped me to
I believe
make that
you.
decision. Because
I believe you.
in that same hour or same half an hour when I sent that message through to the publishing house, this message came up on my phone. Like, hello.
Hello, this is Louise.
Hello, this is Miss Louise Hay. And I'm like, I feel so blessed.
Hello.
I feel so blessed that she's helping me through this. And
that's great. Yeah.
And you know what? The next thing I did was I read that book, Love is Letting Go of Fear. I really, really recommend everybody to read that book. Like, I know we're talking about my book now, but I really highly recommend that.
You know who wrote that one?
Gerald J. Jampolsky. I get it right now.
Love is Letting Go of Fear. Let me write that down.
I'll send it to you too. But you know, that was the book that helped. That's what they sent me to read. That book helped me through all my fears. Like once I read that book, because your self is filled with love, there's no fear. So they did what they promised me to do. Promised me that they did help me through all my fears. So yeah, it's been fun, and I'm glad that you are having fun with it, because that's how
I am definitely. I was going to tell you while you were talking. I'm just like looking at your book. It's right here. It's right here on the bed in front of me. And I'm looking at your picture, and I mentioned to you before the recording started, I think, that your hair is really dark in here, and it looks so much lighter now, and just a pretty color. And I mean, you're wearing earrings here and everything, and you look really pretty here. But I have to tell you, you shine on video tonight, on the online tonight. I mean, this picture was really great. It was in the daylight, but it's almost like it's like you've had a makeover just from feeling happiness and joy. I mean, it's almost like you're just glowing compared to this picture. I mean, that day you were probably glowing and happy, but how long ago was that?
It's 3 years ago.
Yeah, so in 3 years, you have like transformed. I mean, it's you, but it's a different you.
Yeah, thank you, because I feel different.
Yes, and I do. I feel different. I feel like I was going on this journey, and I don't know if I have angels or not, but I know they sent me to you. They're all, the universe is always trying to help us find what we want. So like I said, I wanted to rewire my brain, and he's found, I say he, the universe, he has found opportunities for me everywhere, because I never noticed it before because I hadn't asked.
Yeah.
I didn't say that there was a problem because I didn't think there was a problem with me. Now I kind of had to like look at myself and go, yes, there is a need to change and do something different and go another way, because the way you're going is not working. So I have to do something else and really work on me. It hasn't really been work. It's just been kind of fun in a way. It's going to be kind of sad because then I look back and I say, I try not to look back at the past too much, but it's been kind of sad because I look back at the way I used to be. But then it's been really great because at this point, I can see how much I've changed, and I feel much better that I was allowed to have these opportunities to improve. So you have to really want it.
Yeah. I think you have to get to that point of realizing that it's me that has to get through some changes. And once you admit that to yourself,
yes,
and you stop blaming everybody else for your life, that's when the healing can start. It's just getting to that point of, and Louise Hay helped me with that, because she was the one that encouraged me through whatever work she did, that, look in the mirror and say to yourself, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am this and that. But for me, I was so down and depressed and so much gone that every time I did that, I just felt worse and worse, because I said, if I'm so smart, how the heck did I end up here? Like, hello. A smart person would not end up here. So every time I looked in the mirror, I did what she asked me. I looked in the mirror. You're smart, Cindy. You're beautiful. I am smart. I am beautiful. Every time I did it, I just felt so much worse. And I'm like, that those other people can do that I can't do. And that's how it all kind of came together, because those little exercises that I do and stuff. And slowly it started to make sense for me. So there's a lot of things in the book that other people have done and encourage people to do. I'm not inventing a lot of things. It's just I'm putting a twist on it, on what made it for me, in case there is somebody else out there who was trying that same thing and didn't work for them. So
great. It's great.
And that picture on the cover, I am so proud of it, because it's not touched up.
No, you're right. It's not. It's
all
just
my wrinkles
in the moment.
It was taken with my phone, with my Samsung phone. There's
it's not a photography, and the photographer was not there, and just you in the moment.
I'll keep asking the universe, and I know that one day I'll chase him down. I've been trying to chase down that person who took that photo.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been able to so far, but
you can hand him your book. Say, look what you did.
Yeah, I wanted to put him in the book, but he's not in there until I find him. I know I find him.
Your other book, your next book.
If he meant to be in it, then he will be. If not, then that's all the purpose was for him to take that photo, because there's a lot of people who are sad about some people not being in their lives anymore. But I look at it as, some people just waltz into our lives just for a purpose, maybe for a few seconds or a few moments, and you'll never see them again. But they purpose in your life, and they changed it. And that person, changed my life, because when he was taking those photos, he helped me realize that I am actually happy.
Yeah.
So,
he was your living angel that day.
Yeah. So my hair color is different and everything, and thank you for saying all those nice things, but I really am proud of that, because I never touched up anything on it. And you know what I noticed on it? Nobody's picked it up yet.
What?
Photo.
I'm trying to figure out what.
You know, Kitty, I'm going to reveal this on this video because I'm really loving it.
Okay.
And I have not talked about this.
Oh, wait, is there something in the mirror? No, in the rear, no. A reflection in the mirror? No?
See the side of the mirror.
The side of it. I can't really see what that is.
In that little, where is it?
Yes.
That little section there.
Yes.
Can you see a little somebody there? The pink top?
I can't see anything. Is Kitty in there?
That's Kitty's reflection in the mirror.
It is?
Yes.
I need to blow it up. I can't tell what that is.
You know, I didn't see it until I blew up the photo one day.
Oh, that's cute. There she is. Yeah.
The
I see two
publisher
little
said,
legs and feet, and yeah, I can see what looks like it could be a person. I never would have seen that if you hadn't said it.
I didn't know it until we decided on the cover. I did not see that Kitty was in there.
Oh, she was with you that day. She didn't get in the car?
Sorry?
She didn't get in the car with you. She was
No, they didn't want to. They were standing around me, and but
wow.
there was a lot of photos I could have taken as an example, and for some reason I just picked that one. And then when the brief came back from the publisher, I'm thinking it was blown up on my screen. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, oh my gosh, that's
so sweet.
And I'm like, how did that even happen to have her in that little position in there? You could not. So every step of the way to this book, the angels have been doing their little bits in little baby steps to make it
that's so cool.
special.
Oh, so nice.
So even though I was the one who the birds and you know, there's a lot of me in there with my stories and everything, the only thing I can put it down to is all my angels just sent me all this stuff, and I got really good at translating what messages they were sending through. And I just became a good translator.
Oh, good. Good.
I'm
Excellent.
really happy that but I know it's a long video, so I'm not sure how many people are still watching. But I really have enjoyed this, and I so appreciate sharing all this with me. And I know it's late for you at night. I'll be mindful of that too.
Yeah, I'm needing to go to the restroom here pretty soon.
So is there anything else you'd like to say just to finish it and wrap it up?
Here's Remy. He wants to say goodbye. Here's Remy. Let's see if I can get his face in here. Wait, where'd you go? Come over here. Oh, he doesn't want to be in the picture.
Oh, there hello. Oh.
Remy. Hi.
Hello.
He's been sitting here on the bed with me. Thanks for inviting me on here, and I'll keep you posted on, all the rest of the things that you asked me to do in here. I haven't done them all yet, but doing little bit by bit. And the things, I think there was something on the Facebook you said about doing the Money Tree app. I haven't done that yet, but I'll try. I'll try and do that. It's called the Money Tree, right? Just find the app that says Money Tree. Yeah, I'll try that. I need to have more fun with money.
Yeah, for everybody who doesn't know, Money and Cindy have not been the best of friends. So so for a long time. So Cindy decided to make friends with money, and the angels are helping her with that too. And so Doris in a group with me where I share my ideas of how I'm becoming friends with money. And one of the tricks was Robbie, my son, showed me this app called the Money Tree app. Do you want me to log in quickly? Have you got time for that?
Go ahead.
I'll show it.
Let's see if I can get on my phone and find it.
Wonder how much you got.
I don't know yet. I haven't tried it yet.
And how much is that? Richer every time.
Oh.
Your tree granted $7.1 million while you were away.
Wow. That's awesome. What could you do with $7.1 million?
Oh, that's just extra. I already have $202.8 million. And it says yay. It's my favorite word, yay. Where is it? Can you see? Oh, this.
Not really.
It's on the bottom. Hang on, I'll just take a screenshot and then I'll post it. But when you so what happens is when you press on this tree, it literally rains money. So
it's so fun.
I
see it. I see it. I'm starting to install it. Money Tree, grow your own cash.
Every time you click on it, it's $510 for me extra. What do you have? Plug in?
Not yet. It hasn't installed yet, but I'll have to let you know later on.
So when you start out, it doesn't look like a tree. It's just a seed that start growing, and as you But then every now and then a little bird comes along with a little money bag, and then when you click on that, you get like extra $10,000 or something. So when Robbie first showed it to me, I'm like, I don't have time for games.
But it doesn't take long at all. It's just
stressing about.
Oh, I see it starting to drop $1 on the ground or something.
Yeah, and but you know, Robbie was just really nice and encouraged me to just use it because there's the bird. Oh, I just missed the bird.
I got $14.
See the bird? Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, if you click on the bird, that's like an extra $10,000 or something. I don't know. But Robbie was really nice and encouraged me to just play it, and eventually I noticed that it is actually a fun thing to do. And you know what? My children are amazing because they help me discover so many things that I had so many different preconceived ideas about. Like I built it up because my idea was, save up my money, right? Because everybody tells you to save your money for the rainy day. And I'm like, there's a time like I'm right now in power rain. So there's literally rain of money in this game, right?
Oh.
But everybody says save for the rainy day. And I'm like, I see this and I thought, I don't have to save it anymore. But I kept saving it anyway. So I built it up to like $45 billion or something.
Oh, wow.
Of time. And then one day I was just happily showing it to Robbie and Kitty, and they said, let's spend it. And I'm like, I'm going to die. And you know what? They spent that money in like less than a minute because you can buy these.
These are things you can buy with it, huh?
It took me months to save it up. And then
and spend it all.
In a minute, it was gone. It was down to like $50 million. And I'm like,
here comes the rain, and there's a rainbow.
There you go. Your tree's growing.
My tree is just starting out.
Uh-huh.
The rainbow came, the rain came, and the rainbow came. That's so cute.
There you go. It's got all the
Thanks for telling me about this. I'm glad I got it going.
Uh-huh. So how much money is in there?
Right now it says $1,422, which is not bad.
Right. It's literally raining money right now.
Oh.
But Yeah, it's
Anyway, I have to get going because
okay. All right.
nature's
We can
calling.
talk about money tree later, but if you guys want to download it, it's a free app. Download the money tree. And thank you so much, Dori. And
Thank you.
I love you. And I really, really
Love
appreciate
you too.
And let's do this again sometime.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Thanks, Cindy.
All right.
Oops, somebody's calling me. I gotta go. The phone's ringing.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Oops, how do I end it?